Watching people doing something incredibly fast is a real sight to see. Around the world, there are a few special people who have truly mastered their jobs and can now do them at incredible speeds. There's nothing quite like watching someone do things with more skill than you could ever hope for. However, some of these people are so quick, it's difficult to sometimes follow the movements of their hands. Ready to see these next-level workers? Let's get it on! Office jobs can be very tedious. Sometimes you need to get through hundreds of documents or perform repetitive tasks when all you want to do is go to lunch. This guy has worked out a method to ensure he never misses his lunch break ever again. It's unclear just how many documents he manages to stamp in just a few seconds, but it does look like he's somehow able to do it faster than a machine. Just think how slow your printer is compared to him. Counting money is one of those jobs that are both tedious and difficult. That's why we have machines to do it in just a few seconds. This amazing woman doesn't seem to need them though. She has seriously mastered counting money, using a super fast finger technique that we'll never hope to understand it.
My question is, what the hell?
It seems impossible to be accurate at those speeds, but she pulls it off perfectly and doesn't even seem excited that she counts almost as fast as a machine. Anyone who's ever tried rolling a burrito at home knows just how wrong it can go. However, this guy rolls kebabs so fast and with such crazy accuracy that you'd imagine he has no idea how it could be done any other way. He fills and bags them at lightning speed as well, but it's the rolling that's particularly impressive. There's no special effects here. He reaches a moment when you can't even see his hands moving anymore. It's so quick you'd swear he was using magic to roll them. If you've ever cleaned a window, you'll know streaks are your enemy. They can be incredibly difficult to get rid of. These guys have worked out a method to clean not just one, but both sides of a window in just a few seconds perfectly. With both sides of a window clean, it's easy to spot a streak, so they just work perfectly in tandem. Both men have window cleaning skills that are second to none and somehow still do it at a lightning fast speed. Takoyaki is a popular Japanese snack, and as a result of this, chefs have had to learn how to make them incredibly quickly to keep up with the demand for the Japanese munch. And this chef is one of the best. He manages to fold and flip each one with incredible speed, somehow with just 2 chopsticks, which would probably make it almost impossible for any of us to flip even one. Formula One is all about speed, so it obviously requires every element to be done exceptionally fast. However, even in that environment, people are still able to outdo themselves. Pit stops are crucial because they could mean the difference between life and death, but that needs to be balanced with speed. This team makes it look easy though, performing a full pit stop perfectly in less than 2 seconds. It ends before you've realized it even started. That's truly incredible teamwork. Sumo wrestlers are famous for many amazing physical feats, but speed isn't really one of them. Well, allow me to change your mind about that. This video shows the unique way sumo wrestlers sign autographs. They've ignored a signature and instead used the palm of their hand as a stamp. Not only is this totally unique, it's also clearly very, very fast, allowing them to sign more than 1 autograph a second. Celebrities would have much more time if they adopted this technique. Anyone who's still worried about robots taking over the world will think twice after they see this video. This human conveyor belt transports and stacks pineapples with an efficiency that machines can only dream of. These amazing field workers are so fast and so accurate, they look like a centipede walking. And you just know there isn't a machine on Earth that can stack pineapples that close together. It's a display of human teamwork at its very best. Croissants are pretty difficult to make, but there's always some expert craftsman who can make things look easy. This baker can cut his croissants pastry at genuinely miraculous speeds. It's difficult to believe, but in less than a minute, he's able to cut the pastry for an astounding 500 croissants. It's amazingly accurate at those speeds, with each triangle coming out perfect and identical. Even more impressively, he's able to do it without losing any fingers. At a glance, modeling might seem easy to most. However, there's actually a lot more work behind the scenes that goes into it. In about a second, he can think of a new pose, move into it, freeze his body in the perfect position, and even sometimes beating the photographer. Those workers aren't the only ones outdoing the robot overlords. In India, automated factories aren't very popular. Not because machines are expensive, but because human workers are just simply faster. These cabbage choppers are the perfect example of that. It's not only their speed that's impressive, but the accuracy and teamwork as well. Normal people would never finish chopping that pile of cabbages, but it feels like those guys will be done in a matter of minutes. No machine can top that. Cooking is great, eating is better, but then you have to do something about the dishes. The lucky ones among us have machines to clean them for us, and with good reason. It takes forever to wash them. This man is not like us though. He can actually claim that our silly machine is inefficient. His dishwashing speed is genuinely amazing, especially since getting through a stack of dishes like that would feel like an eternity to the rest of us. I bet you never thought something as completely mundane as getting water off a road could be impressive, but that's how you know these people have it down to a fine art. These broom-wielding magicians can sweep water away as though it's a solid object they're wheeling down the road. What's even more amazing is the way they work together so effectively that they look like they're actually one machine. The world would be so much more efficient if we could all do that. Bottle caps are the undoing of many party tricks. Sure, there are those few people with some tricks, but we've all failed at that simple task once before. Not this guy though. It's difficult to believe these caps weren't balanced on top of those bottles before he got there, but he really is removing bottle caps faster than your eyes can see. It's one of those videos that makes you want an instant replay because it's happening faster than you can even count the bottles. Usually when working with dangerous materials, people will choose to approach them with tentative caution. This glass cutter doesn't appear to be afraid of anything though. He seems completely unconcerned about the huge sheets of glass he's working with or the seemingly wobbly stand he's putting them on. He just does what he needs to do accurately and smashes the rest onto the floor around him. He clearly knows what he's doing, but that won't help the anxiety levels of anyone watching. We all know how much of our time is taken up by cleaning and just wish it could go faster. This guy stopped wishing and invented a way to clean up spills in just a few seconds. He's so good at it that it makes you wonder why you're seemingly incapable of achieving that even though you do it all the time. But it probably wouldn't even work like that if you tried it. He's basically Superman. There are some jobs that can only be done by those special few who have superhuman capabilities, and this is definitely one of them. This sign language interpreter had the almost impossible challenge of interpreting one of the fastest rappers on Earth. And she didn't just do it, she did it in style. It almost looks like a new kind of dance, but she does it so effortlessly that she literally steals the show, doing a job that most professionals would run far away from, and it's extremely impressive. There's an abundance of candy making videos online, and for good reason. There's something therapeutic about sugar. The person cutting candy in this video probably doesn't feel that way though. They don't seem that impressive at the start, but you might want to hold off on thinking you could do that. Within a matter of moments, this person is cutting candy with such impossible speed you can't help but think they're actually faster than a machine. And no, the video isn't sped up. A well-baked cake should be light and fluffy. This means they're delicate and can be difficult to handle. This chef isn't too worried about that. He has a method to get these little cake balls out of their mold in just a few seconds using a skewer, which simply must be a magic wand in disguise. The method is incredibly fast and accurate, and miraculously doesn't seem to damage the cakes at all. If only it were that easy for home bakers. These days, factories have incredibly fast and efficient machines, but some special humans simply can't be outdone by them. This guy has such an incredible amount of dexterity and speed, there's no way a machine could do his job any better. He's so good at what he does that he can do it almost without moving, and he doesn't even need to have his eyes open. He's so incredible, I wouldn't be surprised to learn he's actually asleep while doing it. Speed is essential in firefighting since a few seconds can cost someone their life. These Croatian firefighters prove just how fast and how dedicated they actually are. While watching the crucial penalty kick against Russia that took Croatia into the World Cup semifinal, these firefighters are suddenly up, dressed in their suits, in the trucks, and out on the road with sirens wailing before the goal could be called. They're not just incredibly fast, but also much more dedicated than the rest of us. Many ingenious workers have done something for so long that they've worked out the most efficient way of executing their jobs, but these guys really stand out from the crowd. A job like that would normally take a huge amount of time-consuming, back-breaking labor, but these three guys have worked out how to do it perfectly and in a matter of moments. If you listen close, you'll probably be able to hear someone shout, "Why didn't I think of that?" Have you ever hurt yourself doing a DIY project and felt that there just has to be a better way to do it? Well, this guy's found it. It turns out the answer to keeping your thumb out of the way is to hold a hammer in that hand too. His amazing two-handed hammering really seems to get the job done, with about one nail pounded securely into the block of wood within 1 second. That's the speed, strength, and accuracy of a true pro. In most cases, special machines are used to pour sauce from large containers into smaller ones, and this happens fully autonomously in factories. However, automation isn't too popular everywhere. For example, this worker has completely replaced the need for such machines. He's worked out how to shake the box so perfectly that each cup somehow gets exactly the right amount of ketchup in a fraction of a second, allowing him to fill a tray of 70 cups in under 30 seconds. It shouldn't be possible, but he's found a way to do it. Psst, hey, you still there? Well, since you made it this far, here are all the shoutouts we promised everyone that commented on our previous video. If you want to be shouted out in our next upcoming video as well as the ones prior, just make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leave a comment down below saying, "Pick me." Once you're at it, you might as well leave a like too.